Hey, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Millennial Brochan, and today I'm going to have a discussion about a very highly disputed topic in the Dragon Ball community and provide the definitive, logic-based answer as to who is stronger between Jiren and Broly. So today's discussion is certainly not a unique one to my channel. I'm certainly not going to be the first Dragon Ball YouTuber to cover this, but I've never really seen the topic fully fleshed out on anyone's channel before. I mean, I've got some unique insight into this matter. And that being said, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. I mean, I've seen Dragon Ball YouTubers that I respect lay out their arguments and give their answers as to who they believe is stronger between Jiren and Broly. But the discussion still remains. The debate continues in the Dragon Ball community as to who really is stronger between Jiren and Broly without any kind of definitive answer. Now, my goal in this video is to lay out a very logic-based argument, a good reasoning as to who I believe is the definitive stronger between the two. And by the end of this video, you might not agree with me. Now, that's okay. Like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But I want to make it as difficult as possible for you to have a logical reason for disagreeing with me. So with that said, hear me out before you go ahead and rage comment. Just hear out the whole video, then you can rage comment. So the first step is establishing the timeline and then obviously the circumstances as well as the feats that happen within that timeline. First comes the Tournament of Power, where Goku and Vegeta fight a monstrously strong Jiren, but because they're Saiyans, they have the ability to get stronger during a fight, or it's just inconsistent writing, but they're far stronger by the end of the Tournament of Power than when it first begins. And they not only gain new transformations, but I'm talking about their base forms become far stronger. And that is actually where we have the first subject of debate among fans, is actually how much stronger they become during the Tournament of Power. I mean, nobody's doubting that they become stronger, but when you're talking about Jiren versus Broly, it's extremely important as to how much stronger they become. And I mean, the main reason for this is because Goku and Vegeta use their new transformations against Jiren, but they don't use it against Broly. So let's briefly go over the increases in power that are demonstrated during the Tournament of Power and what that means. But first, I just want to take a quick second to remind everyone listening that if you are enjoying this, then go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, because frankly, that's the only way I'm going to know that you like it and to continue making this kind of content. Also, make sure to smash that bell icon. That way you become notified each time I come out with new Dragon Ball content. That way you never miss out on any Dragon Ball discussions. Now back to it. So in the anime version, near the start of the Tournament of Power, we see Goku as a Super Saiyan 2, easily dealing with Khalifa, but he can't even hurt Berserker Kale. And I mean with a charged up Kamehameha, a direct hit right in her face. Goku still wasn't using his Kaioken times 20, but you can't say he's not trying. He's obviously trying really hard against Kale. So, that said, at this point you have to say that Goku is somewhere in terms of power below Berserker Kale. We soon see Goku at the same power level fight against Jiren for the first time, and in this fight, we actually do see Goku go Kaioken times 20 while in his Super Saiyan Blue form. Obviously, this is not enough. Jiren completely manhandles him and is only using a fraction of his power. This makes Goku resort to using a Spirit Bomb, a really powerful Spirit Bomb, and it's not enough. Jiren actually sends it back at Goku with just a glare, and that's especially impressive considering Goku's pushing back using the full strength of his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. So this actually leads into our first glimpse at the first stage of Ultra Instinct. So during this brief glimpse, we see Goku manage to fight evenly with Jiren, who most likely is only using a portion of his true power. The important thing to take away from this, though, is that Goku was left completely depleted from this encounter. And after recovering from this, that's when we see Goku's first increase, as he rematches Khalifa and Kale. And Kale now actually has control of her Berserker form, which is stated to be even stronger. Here we see Goku managing to hold his own against both of them at the same time, and not even a Super Saiyan Blue. But he's only using Super Saiyan 2. This means that somehow Goku's Zenkai boost was so massive that he's now stronger in just his Super Saiyan 2 form than he was in their previous fight as Super Saiyan Blue. And not just by a little bit, but a lot. Remember, he couldn't even hurt a version of Kale that was weaker with a direct Kamehameha before. Now he'd easily defeat a stronger version of Kale in just Super Saiyan 2 in a one-on-one fight. So without getting into too many specifics so I can avoid any headcanon territory, we know that Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times stronger than Super Saiyan 2, and that in Battle of Gods, Super Saiyan 3 wasn't even enough to entertain Beerus. Goku had to increase his power higher than he could have ever even done by fusion by going into Super Saiyan God. I mean, we're unsure exactly how much of a power increase is gained through fusion, but we can kind of get some good hints towards it. If we take a look back into Dragon Ball Z, you can see Vegeta, when he fought against Buhan, someone that Goku, even at Super Saiyan 3, had no chance against previously, easily dealing with him, even in just his base form. And that means that fusion is a greater increase than Super Saiyan 3, which is a 400 times multiplier from base form. And that's just Super Saiyan God. That's not even Super Saiyan Blue, which is yet another increase from that. The exact amount is unknown, so to be on the safe side, we'll lowball our estimations. But okay, so if you're still following, if you break down all of that to the absolute lowest, and I mean lowest, we can say that Goku has a multiplier of about 500 times. That's 500 times, and that's barely giving Super Saiyan Blue an increase over Super Saiyan God, and barely giving Super Saiyan God an increase over the multiplier of fusion, and fusion an increase over Super Saiyan 3, barely giving an increase there too. There are those that will debate this, but if you just follow the path of logic, taking the power multipliers that we already know and just basic power scaling of knowing what's stronger than what, there's no way to come up with anything weaker than a 500 times multiplier at this point. And yes, obviously that is an above average Zenkai boost for Goku, which leads to the obvious culprit of his exposure to Ultra Instinct. And yeah, I know that a 500 times multiplier sounds extreme, and it's probably going to be a point of disagreement for a lot of people watching this video. However, hopefully I'm doing a decent job of kind of explaining to you how I got there. But yeah, just do the math. Do basic power scaling that every Dragon Ball fan knows. I mean, base form Vegeta is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Super Saiyan 3 is a 400 times multiplier from base form, which means fusion has to be more than 400 times multiplier. And Goku knew that fusing with Vegeta wouldn't be enough to fight Beerus in Battle of Gods. So then you have to say that Super Saiyan God is more than fusion, which is more than a 400 times multiplier. And on top of that, you're not talking about Super Saiyan God. You're talking about Super Saiyan Blue, which is even stronger than Super Saiyan God. So when you factor all of that in, you can see how I'm really lowballing it here when I'd say only a 500 times multiplier. Hopefully I've done a decent job of explaining how I came up with that 500 times multiplier for Goku's Zenkai boost. We then see Goku push to his limits of his new power as he has to fight a new fighter in the form of Kefla, the fused Kale and Khalifa, which Kefla, you know, even if it doesn't line up with being over a 400 times multiplier or anything like that, it doesn't matter because they're Saiyans from a different universe. That and fusion works differently for every two people. That's made pretty clear in Dragon Ball Z when they talk about, were Goku and Vegeta, do they have some sort of rivalry? Well, yes. Well, then it's going to make the fusion even stronger. That was from the older Kai. So everyone's different as far as that goes. I'm just comparing it to the fusion that we already knew in Goku and Vegeta, and that's what Goku was saying would not be enough when he fought Beerus. So anyway, back to the fight with Goku and Kefla. So Goku is pushed to his limits against Kefla, but is able to hurt her in his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 form. Ultimately, though, in order to eliminate her, he's got to go through the whole process of Ultra Instinct, going into the second stage of Ultra Instinct, which leaves Goku completely drained for a second time. And by the time we see Goku recovered again, he's able to swap punches with Jiren and push Jiren into having to use his full power, most likely, before Goku is no longer even a match for him at Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. But with Vegeta's help and with the help of 17, they're pretty much able to evenly match Jiren at his full power. And yes, Jiren is still getting the better of them, but it's still pretty close. So at this point, you can probably estimate Jiren's full power to be about 3 to 4 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku. And after this fight, Goku is forced to recover again and receive another Zenkai boost. That said, I don't think we ever really see a fully recovered Goku with the Zenkai boost this time or after the last time recovering. I think that he was partially recovered, but we never saw the full benefit of those Zenkai boosts. And at this point, Goku's still outmatched by a full-powered Jiren until he achieves Mastered Ultra Instinct and overmatches not only full-powered Jiren, but an even stronger version of Jiren after he unlocks his potential, pushing Goku to yet another power increase. And this increase would obviously translate not just in his Ultra Instinct form, but over his other forms as well. But Goku is left completely spent and drained from his Master Ultra Instinct and taken out of the fight before he could actually finish Jiren off. And with this being the worst Goku's been drained and damaged since the Tournament of Power, it's safe to say that Goku would get a Zenkai boost from this that he would enjoy after the Tournament of Power once he's fully healed. And since it's coming from his first exposure to Mastered Ultra Instinct, it's safe to say that it'll be on par with the 500 times multiplier we saw earlier. In fact, this actually is supported in the Broly movie. We see Goku in just his base form, doing arguably better against Broly than Vegeta is doing even at Super Saiyan God. And again, Super Saiyan God has to be more than a 400 times multiplier. And now, here is why all of this mattered so much. Now, try to bear with me here. As stated before, Jiren was about 3 to 4 times stronger than a weakened Goku at Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 when they last fought before Goku had his Zenkai boost. And that's Jiren at full power before unlocking his potential. So if you want to be extremely conservative, again, and say that Goku was healed all the way back up to about half of his power, then that would put Jiren at about twice as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku. And again, that's before. This final post-tournament of power, 500 times Zenkai boost, puts Goku at about 250 times the power of Jiren. And that's Goku in the Broly movie, post-tournament of power. And yeah, keep in mind, that's not Jiren with his unlocked potential, but it still helps to give you an idea. So now the only question becomes, how much stronger really it was Jiren after unlocking his potential? So we can get a good idea about this from watching the fight between full-power Jiren before unlocking his potential and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and it's clear to see Goku has the significant advantage. That being said, Goku is still having to dodge Jiren's attacks instead of just, taking them without flinching. And even if you want to credit that to Ultra Instinct, just acting on its own, and Goku's still, just dodging it even if he didn't have to, keep in mind, Goku still doesn't just finish Jiren with one blow. This isn't a Goku that's playing around either. This is a Goku that's running out of time, and he's trying to get the job done. So considering all of that, if you reference back to earlier Dragon Ball fights, like maybe Second Form Cell versus Android 16, by the time someone becomes multiple times stronger than somebody else, their opponent, maybe I'd say 3 times stronger or more, then there's no need to dodge. Their attacks, they're not even dangerous anymore. And the fight is usually over in one attack, just one blow. Therefore, at the most, Goku is about 2 times stronger than full-power Jiren here, meaning that after Jiren unlocks his potential, his power roughly doubles. which still puts Broly movie Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku at about 125 times stronger than Jiren with the unlocked potential, or about 6 times without Goku using his Kaioken. So in conclusion, there's no need to make this video much longer and go into the details about, how strong Broly is, other than just stating the obvious fact that he's stronger than Goku. So there you have it. I've laid out my argument in what I believe is a clear and logical manner, lowballing every single step of the way, and still came out to an outcome where the match isn't even close. And you know what? I'm sure despite this, there will be those who disagree. And you know what? It's okay if you disagree with me. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. And if you did disagree with me, then let me know. Tell me in the comments. Did I leave out any key important details, or did you agree with me? And if you did like this video, then make sure again to like and subscribe. And also, this might be kind of fun. If you got any Dragon Ball friends that do disagree with my outcome, send them this video. See what they say. See if they can come up with any holes, any plot holes here. But yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.